History, People Periods. Hello student, welcome to the lecture on People Periods, and after this lecture we will be able to learn the following objectives. Discuss about the population distribution, its patterns and population density, explain in briefly the population growth, population change and its components, find out the doubling time of population, describe about the human's development and human development index, discuss about demographic transition and explain the age and sex composition. Let us first begin with population distribution. Population distribution means the pattern of where people live. World population distribution is uneven. Places which are sparsely populated contain few people. Places which are densely populated contain many people. Sparsely populated places tend to be difficult places to live. Patterns of population distribution in the world. Patterns of population distribution and density help us to understand the demographic characteristic of any area. The term population distribution refers to the way people are spaced over the Earth's surface. 90% of the world population lives in about 10% of its land area. 10 most populous countries of the world contribute about 60% of the world's population. Of these 10 countries, 6 are located in Asia. The 4 areas of large population clusters are Southern Asia, Eastern Asia, Western Europe and North America. Density of population. Each unit of land has limited capacity to support people living on it. Hence, it is necessary to understand the ratio between the numbers of people to the size of the land. This ratio is the density of population. It is a measure of the number of people in an area. It is an average number. Population density is calculated by dividing the number of people by area. It is usually measured in person per square kilometer. Density of population is equal to population per area. For example, area of region X is 100 square kilometer and the population is 1,50,000 person. The density of population is calculated as density equal to 1,50,000 by 100 equal to 1,500 person per square kilometer. 7 of the densest urban areas with more than 2.5 lakhs population are on the Asian subcontinent. These include Dhaka and Chittagong in Bangladesh, Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Surat and Jaipur in India, and Karachi in Pakistan. Colombia has 2 of the densest, Bogota and Medellin. Hong Kong is the only high-income nation urban area among the 10 densest. The least dense urban areas with more than 2.5 lakhs population are all in the United States. The least dense is Atlanta with 1800 people per square mile or 700 per square kilometer. The second least dense is perhaps surprisingly Boston despite its reputation for high density. Boston population density is 2200 per square mile or 800 per square kilometer. This is a shading map called Cora-Plot and illustrate population density. The darker the color, the greater the population density. The figure shows that the world population distribution is uneven. Some areas have a high population density while others have a low population density. Areas of high population density tend to be located between 20° and 60° north. This area contains a large land area and a relatively temperate climate. Factors influencing the distribution of population. Now let us study some interesting factors which are affecting the distribution of population. Geographical factors. The availability of water is the most important factors for life. So people prefer to live in areas where fresh water is easily available. Water is used for drinking, bathing and cooking and also for cattle, crops, industry and navigation. It is because of this that river valleys are among the most densely populated areas of the world. Landforms. People prefer living on flat lands and gentle slopes. This is because such areas are favorable for the production of crops and to build roads and industries. The mountainous and hilly areas hinder the development of transport network and hence initially do not favor agricultural and industrial development. So these areas tend to be less populated. Extreme climates such as very hot or cold desert are uncomfortable for human habitation. Areas with a comfortable climate where there is not much seasonal variation attract more people. Areas with very heavy rainfall or extreme and harsh climates have low population. Mediterranean regions were inhabited from early periods in history due to their pleasant climate. Now, fertile soils are important for agriculture and allied activities. Therefore, areas which have fertile, loamy soils have more people living on them, as these can support intensive agriculture. Now, let us look at the economic factors. Minerals. Areas with mineral deposit attract industries. Mining and industrial activities generate employment, so skilled and semi-skilled workers move to these areas and make them densely populated. Katanga, Zambia, copper belt in Africa is one such good example. Urbanization. Cities offer better employment opportunities, educational and medical facilities, better means of transport and communication, good civic amenities, and the attraction of city life draw people to the cities. It leads to rural to urban migration and cities grow in size. Mega cities of the world continue to attract a large number of migrants every year. Industrialization. Industrial belts provide job opportunities and attract large numbers of people. These include not just factory workers but also transport operators, shopkeepers, bank employees, doctors, teachers, and other service providers. The Kobe Osaka region of Japan is thickly populated because of the presence of a number of industry. Now we shall look at the social and cultural factors. Some places attract more people because they have religious or cultural significance. In the same way, people tend to move away from places where there is social and political unrest. Many a time, governments offer incentives to people to live in sparsely populated areas or move away from overcrowded places. Population growth. The population growth or population change refers to the change in number of inhabitants of a territory during a specific period of time. This change may be positive as well as negative. It can be expressed either in terms of absolute numbers or in terms of percentage. Population change in an area is an important indicator of economic development, social upliftment, and historical and cultural background of the region. The world's population is growing very rapidly. In 1820, the world's population reached 1 billion. This rapid growth in population has been called a population explosion. The major reason for population changes, whether in an individual country or for the whole world, is a change in birth and death rates. The birth rate is the number of live babies born in a year for every 1,000 people in the total population. Death rates are number of people dying per 1,000 people. When birth rates are higher than death rates, the population of an area will increase. Life expectancy is the average age a person can expect to live to in a particular area. Life expectancy can be used as an indicator of the overall health of a country. From the figures shown to you on the right side, you can determine many features of a country. Example, standard of living. As a general rule, the higher the life expectancy, the more healthily a country. There are three components of population change: births, death, and migration. The crude CBR is expressed as number of live births in a year per 1,000 of women. It is calculated as CBR is equal to BI by P into 1,000. Here CBR is crude birth rate, BI is equal to live births during the year, P is equal to mid-year population of the area. Death rate plays an active role in population change. Population growth occurs not only by increasing birth rate but also due to decreasing death rate. Crude death rate CDR is a simple method of measuring mortality of any area. The CDR is expressed in terms of number of deaths in a particular year per 1,000 of population in a particular region. The CDR is calculated as CDR is equal to D by P into 1,000. Here CDR is equal to crude death rate, D is equal to number of death, P is equal to estimated mid-year population of that year. Apart from birth and death rate, there is another way by which the population size changes. When people move from one place to another, the place they move from is called the place of origin and the place they move to is called the place of destination. The place of origin shows a decrease in population while the population increases in the place of destination. Migration may be interpreted as a spontaneous effort to achieve a better balance between population and resources. Migration may be permanent, temporary or seasonal. It may take place from rural to rural areas, rural to urban areas, urban to urban areas and urban to rural areas. But how? Let's find out the answer. Immigration. Migrants who move into a new place are called immigrants. Immigration. Migrants who move out of a place are called immigrants. People migrate for a better economic and social life. There are two sets of factors that influence migration. The push factors make the place of origin seem less attractive for reasons like unemployment, poor living condition, political turmoil, unpleasant climate, natural disaster, epidemics, and socio-economic backwardness. The pull factors make the place of destination seem more attractive than the place of origin for reasons like better job opportunities and living condition, peace and stability, security of life and property and pleasant climate. The population on the earth is more than 6 billion. It has grown to the size over centuries. In the early periods, population of the world grew very slowly. It is only during the last few hundred years that population has increased at an alarming rate. The expanding world trade during the 16th and 17th century set the stage for rapid population growth. Around 1750, at the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, the world population was 550 million. World population exploded in the 18th century after the Industrial Revolution. There is a great variation among regions in doubling their population. Developed countries are taking more time to double their population as compared to developing countries. Most of the population growth is taking place in the developing world, where population is exploding. The growth rate can be used to determine a country or region or even the planet's doubling time, which tells us how long it will take for a country's current population to double. This length of time is determined by dividing the growth rate into 70. The number 70 comes from the natural log of 2, which is 70. How to estimate doubling time? Divide 70 by the annual growth rate and you will get a very accurate estimate of the years it will take anything that grows exponentially. Population production to double in size, 70 by annual rate of growth equal to doubling time. Population growth in different parts of the world can be compared. The growth of population is low in developed countries as compared to developing countries. There is negative correlation between economic development and population growth. Although the annual rate of population change seems to be low, it is actually not so. This is because when a small annual rate is applied to a very large population, it will lead to a large population change. A small increase in population is desirable in a growing economy. However, population growth beyond a certain level leads to problems. Of these, the depletion of resources is the most serious. Population decline is also a matter of concern. It indicates that resources that had supported a population earlier are now insufficient to maintain the population. The deadly HIV, AIDS epidemics in Africa and some parts of the Commonwealth of Independent States (CIS) and Asia have pushed up death rates and reduced average life expectancy. This has slowed down population growth. Demographic transition theory can be used to describe and predict the future population of any area. The theory tells us that population of any region changes from high births and high death to low births and low deaths as society progresses from rural, agrarian and illiterate to urban, industrial and literate society. These changes occur in stages which are collectively known as the demographic cycle. India's population growth rate has been declining over the years, but the overall population will continue to grow as 51% of the population is in the reproductive age group 15 to 49. Millions more will join this cohort each year. Every year, 26 million babies are born. Only 53% of the eligible couples are using contraceptives. At current levels, it may take several decades more to stabilize their population. In India, the levels of maternal and infant mortality are very high. Repeated childbirths are seen as an insurance against multiple infant and child deaths. Vast numbers of people cannot avail of services even when they are available due to problems of knowledge and access. Family planning is a spacing or preventing the birth of children. Access to family planning services is a significant factor in limiting population growth and improving women's health. As the saying goes, the number of people would increase faster than the food supply. Any further increase would result in a population crash caused by famine, disease and war. The preventive checks are better than the physical checks. For the sustainability of resources, the world will have to control the rapid population increase. People of any country are diverse in many respects. Each person is unique in his or her own way. People can be distinguished by their age, sex, and their place of residence. Sex composition. The number of women and men in a country is an important demographic characteristic. The ratio between the number of women and men in the population is called the sex ratio. In some countries, it is calculated by using the formula male population by female population into 1000 or the number of males per 1000 females. The sex ratio is important information about the status of women in a country. In regions where gender discrimination is rampant, the sex ratio is bound to be unfavorable to women. Such areas are those where the practice of female foeticide, female infanticide and domestic violence against women are prevalent. Age structure represents the number of people of different age groups. This is an important indicator of population composition since a large size of population in the age group of 15 to 59 indicates a large working population. A greater proportion of population above 60 years represent an aging population which requires more expenditure on health care facilities. Similarly, high proportion of young population, which mean that the region has a high birth rate and the population is youthful. By looking closely at the previous age structure diagram, one will notice slightly more boys in the younger age groups than girls. However, the ratio tends to reverse in the upper age groups as females tend to outnumber males. Many countries have a female majority as a result of the longer life expectancy for females. Population aging is the process by which the share of the older population becomes proportionally larger. This is a new phenomenon of the 28th century. In most of the developed countries of the world, population in higher age groups has increased due to increased life expectancy. The age-sex structure of a population refers to the number of females and males in different age groups. A population pyramid is used to show the age-sex structure of the population. The shape of the population pyramid reflects the characteristic of the population. The age-sex pyramid of Nigeria, as you can see, is a triangular shaped pyramid with a wide base and is typical of less developed countries. There are also some types of population such as constant population. Australia's age-sex pyramid is bell-shaped and tapered towards the top. This shows birth and death rates are almost equal, leading to a near constant population. Declining population. The Japan pyramid has a narrow base and a tapered top showing low birth and death rates. The population growth in developed countries is usually zero or negative. Dependency ratio. Dependency ratio is a simple statistic that measures the role of age composition on the productive activity of a population by comparing the proportion of the population in non-productive ages with those in the working ages. The division of population into rural and urban is based on the residence. This division is necessarily because rural and urban lifestyles differ from each other in terms of their livelihood and social condition. Their age, sex, occupational structure, density of population and level of development vary between rural and urban areas. The criteria for differentiating rural and urban population vary from country to country. Literacy. Proportion of literate population of a country is an indicator of its socio-economic development as it reveals the standard of living, social status of females, availability of educational facilities and policies of government. Occupational structure. The working population, that is women and men of the age 15 to 59, take part in various occupations ranging from agriculture, forestry, fishing, manufacturing, construction, commercial, transport services, communication, and other unclassified services. Human development. The word growth and development are not new to you. Look around you. Almost everything that you can see grows and develops. Both growth and development refer to changes over a period of time. The difference is that growth is quantitative and value neutral. It may have a positive or a negative sign. This means that the change may either be positive, showing an increase, or negative, indicating a decrease. Development means a qualitative change, which is always value positive. This means that development cannot take place unless there is an increment or addition to the existing condition. Development occurs when positive growth takes place. There are the 4 pillars of human development, which are the income approach, the welfare approach, minimum needs approach, and capabilities approach. Basically, these pillars describe different approaches. As in income approach, you will learn about how the human develop his mind skills to perform any job and how he or she earn income. How the person manage welfares along with them, minimum limitation is required, and how much is a capability inbuilt in human to perform any task. The Human Development Report HDR is an independent report. It is commissioned by the UNDP and is the product of a selected team of leading scholars, development practitioners, and members of the Human Development Report Office of UNDP. The report was first launched in 1990 with the goal of putting people at the center of the development process rather than markets and other economic processes. Summary. Now in the end, let us summarize what we have learned in this lecture. Population distribution means the pattern of where people live. World population distribution is uneven. There are a range of human and natural factors that affect population density. The population growth or population change refers to the change in number of inhabitants of a territory during a specific period of time. The number of women and men in a country is an important demographic characteristic. The ratio between the number of women and men in the population is called the sex ratio. There are the 4 pillars of human development, which are the income approach, the welfare approach, minimum needs approach, capabilities approach.